So let's begin. Um, what is Cogoport? Well, we started out in 2016 and it's almost been 7 years. We are a leading company in international supply chain and we've got our headquarters in Singapore. We've also, expanded globally. We've got offices in India, Thailand, Netherlands, Vietnam, Indonesia. We've got over 10 plus offices across India and we have around 1,000 plus employees across the globe. We've hired recently over 200 plus employees across roles from various top IIMs and IITs, you name it, and we've hired from there. We've got international clients and domestic clients. We handle international and domestic movements of goods via air, ocean, sea for 1,000 plus companies, of which 50 plus of them are ET 500 companies. We are a Indian unicorn, privately owned and backed by renowned venture capitalists like Axel Partner and Tiger Global, and we're continuously growing and we're continuously looking to hire more people across roles and to be able to put them into leadership positions across India and the APAC region. Let's actually watch a short video about the Cogoport's growth story that'll help you understand better about what Cogoport's vision and mission is. So that was a short overview about the company. Now coming to the IIM Amritsar legacy, we all know how important the IIM tag today is when it comes to getting a good job and getting high quality education. So that's why we've partnered with IIM Amritsar. That's the 15th IIM set up by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, and it's the beauty of this program that without having to spend 2 years and having to pay the ginormous amount that goes behind giving an MBA, you will still be getting the IIM executive alumni status and you'll become the part of the IIM fraternity. That's why we brought in IIM Amritsar to design this beautiful program for us. They're the leader in business education in India and across the world. And they've also specialized in the field of supply chain and logistics and have specially created this program for the international supply chain. And we've also tried to incorporate the same pedagogy and curriculum that's practiced across by different prestigious IIMs in our short course itself. So that's a little about IIM Amritsar. So let's try to understand why we started this program. So as we all know, no company or in India offers this sort of a management training in the field of international logistics and global supply chain that also sort of helps understand at a grassroots level operations and skills required to complete on the job training. So essentially it's like an amalgamation to provide you with a mix of theory, because we all know how important learning theory is, but at the same time the program will also teach you to sort of apply this theory into practical knowledge. That's what we're trying to essentially create. This program is sort of helping us create talented individuals who can understand managerial decisions and can tackle daily challenges on the job. What is especially important is that to develop both soft and technical skills to perform well in the industry. So once you're done with the course, you're not just ready to be hired by Cogoport only, but you will be ready for to take over the industry as a whole. It's not just about, preparing you so that okay, tomorrow we have good managers, but the very fact that the industry has good leaders that can help shape the future of the industry at large. So that was the idea behind starting the program. Well, are you a right fit? So honestly, I feel it's the right time and space to be in the industry. And what Cogoport has done so far is phenomenal. And you will be shaping the future of the industry. So if you want to grow fast and sort of develop your career in the field of international logistics, this is the perfect fit for you because the industry is so small and lucrative. At Cogoport, you're always exposed to different challenges and given the pathway to take up leadership roles. It's only been what 4 months for me since I'm here, and I'm already in charge of this entire project. So if you have that sort of entrepreneurial spirit and that passion to make a difference, then definitely this is the place for you. If you think that tomorrow you want to be a lead at a leadership position and you want to be in charge of making an actual difference in the world, then definitely this is something that you should consider because it could be a great stepping stone for a beautiful future in the end. So that's on you. Key benefits of the program. So there are certain things that we're offering because we sort of understand how important it is for you to invest your time and money. So it's an immersive 200 hours program. It's an in-class program here in Gurgaon. You will be based out in our office itself. There are two training rooms. You'll be taught there by IM professors. They'll be coming here and teaching you, and other industry leaders as well. So you'll be constantly in touch with the employees working here also. So you can always after your classes connect with them, sort of try to understand what goes behind in a day-to-day life of a VP of a supply chain or a marketing director, to sort of understand the jobs and roles better. You will be given a 3-month internship also guaranteed for a stipend of 25,000 per month. In that internship, the idea of putting in the internship was that not a lot of people come from experience, so you will be able to understand the practicality of the program much better during the internship because you know to understand what goes behind a job, internship will play a vital role over there. You'll be taught by expert faculty, and the curriculum is also very industry focused. We've got topics like Industry 4.0. We've put soft skills also as project management also in our curriculum, so that you have a very holistic development once you're done with the program. You will, of course, after you finish your internship, you will be giving a full-time placement with salary starting from 75,000. Cogoport is known to be, giving salaries much above the average pay level as compared to our competitors. And also, we're open to giving international placements in Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia. A lot of people from my batch who were hired are also, working in different companies, different states and countries across Vietnam, Singapore, and we, sort of communicate on a regular basis. It's a very collaborative space. And also, mid of the curriculum, you'll be taken to IM Amritsar as an immersive campus program to their campus. You'll be there, based there for a week, where you'll be taught by IM professors in the campus, and you'll get to explore the beautiful city of Amritsar. So, overall, I do understand that when I say that we'll be giving you a guaranteed internship or there'll be a full-time placement or something like that, you might have your apprehensions. And from whatever counseling also I've done, I sort of understand that. But we've made the course so holistic in nature that by the end of it, we only want to hire those people. So that's the entire point of it. It is a very intense heavy and a very holistic course that comprises of everything that you need to know to be a good leader tomorrow. So that's why we thought that while designing the course, we sort of, thought that why not just hire them in our company itself. So that's the idea behind giving you an internship or a full-time placement. Moving on. So in case you're a fresher and you sort of want to understand how your journey will be here, it's very simple. Instead of going for a very intensive and 2-year program for an MBA, you can very much get it done at a very for 3 months, and a very less expensive MBA, because it'll be teaching you each and everything that you probably will be learning during your MBA as well. So it's shorter and less expensive. You will be taught by great IM faculty. So you'll be, developing the right skill sets that are needed to excel in the in logistics space. You can also explore various job functions during the internship because you don't come from a lot of experience. We sort of understand that, you might not know where you want to go or what role you want to pick it up. So that internship period might be a nice exploration phase for you. And of course, there's a very competitive salary. If you're a fresher for internship, you'll be getting 25,000 per month. You have your probation period where you'll be getting 50,000 per month, and a full-time job offer where your starting salary is around 75,000. So, and additionally, of course, you have international placements also. If that's something that you're looking for, we're open to hiring you for international roles as well. And of course, you're getting your IM Amritsar executive network and alumni status once you finish the course. So at the end, it's honestly about your caliber. And we've seen so many people at the young age of 22, 25, taking up many leadership roles. In fact, my own colleague, who was a very, very fresher, he's some 23, 24-year-old, he was in charge of the entire channel partner platform launch. So even the average age of the company is very relatively low. So we sort of understand the sort of freshness and drive freshers bring to the table. So in case you're a fresher, you'll have a lot to offer, and the program will also shape you in such a way that you can very much easily take up leadership roles. Moving on. So now, if you are someone who comes from a lot of experience, how will this program sort of benefit you? Um, we are open to hiring for a lot of leadership roles, and we sort of understand that soft skills are extremely needed over there. That's why we've incorporated that in the curriculum as well. We are, teaching skills like negotiation, team management, interpersonal skills, project management, which are needed for you to be a good manager. So the hands-on and in-depth operations also that are being taught in ocean, air, inland movement, both international and logistics, in domestic logistics, will really shape you become a good leader. And as we are expanding constantly, we are open to hiring for leadership roles in newly launched markets in Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia. So it's always a good space for you. And for someone with experience, this is always a place for you to grow and create new heights. I mean, our own marketing director, she's 30 and she's already a marketing director here. And she's, worn multiple hats. Prior to this, she was the enterprise sales head. So if you are someone with experience, and you can really make that sort of a difference while you're here, your performance will always be rated highly. And there are always rewards when you perform well, from whether it's managing a big vertical or you know changing a vertical, if that's something that you're looking for. I mean, there's always a lot for you to offer. So whether or not Cogoport is a right fit for you, we're a very performance driven company. And if you are someone who likes growth, hard work, or love to solve problems, Cogoport is definitely a right place for you. And we've seen it from our own eyes also, where we've seen people who perform well and who give in their everything, they get 2x, 10x back. So we always, reward high performers regardless of the salary, designation, experience level. It really doesn't matter. If you can bring something that's very result driven, and that makes a huge impact in the company, you will be rewarded. And there is a huge performance linked bonus that will come in your CTC, and that can make a huge difference for you. Here's a short story about a very own colleague, who's gone through the entire journey as an intern to literally leading an entire team today. Let's go through it.
In case if anyone has any kind of query or question, they are free to ask. The floor is open as of now.
This is just one of the many stories at Cogoport. There are so many people who've, gone through the ranks and just they are leading so many verticals across roles and coming from diverse backgrounds, diverse ethnicities, whether you're a woman or whether you're a man, really doesn't matter as long as you perform well and as long as you give your 100% to it. Cogoport will sort of reward you and really recognize your efforts. Coming to the admission process, it's a very simple, very short process. As you can see on our website, there's a small application form. You need to fill that out. Once you fill it out, there will be a shortlisting process. You'll be shortlisted for the interview. There'll be a short 15-minute interview, very behavioral nature. We're just trying to sort of gauge how driven you are and how passionate you are about the course, and at the end how well you'll be able to perform at Cogoport. So there will be a short 15-minute interview, post which you need to give a personality assessment test. Once you're thorough with that, your final admission decision will be out whether you're taking or not. And once you go through your interview process and once you clear it out, we'll be sort of deciding whether to give you admission or not. How will you be evaluated? Well, we're looking at a very holistic picture out here, from your academic performance to your entrance exam, if you have given any, your work experience, any additional qualifications or awards, sort of how your daily life goes by. It's everything. It's a mixture of your academics and what you are as a person. So there's no one particular thing that we're looking for. We're looking for somebody who's driven and somebody who can be taught and who can be sort of molded in a way that they can perform better. So there are multiple series of things on which you'll be evaluated. Certain FAQs, the program fees is 5 lakhs plus 18% GST. There's an application fee of rupees 2000. For the scholarship is, you only get a scholarship once you clear the interview round. So once you're thorough with the interview round, we'll be asking you to write an SOP of on why do you think you deserve a scholarship or you need a scholarship. We've already rolled out few scholarship offers for people who've already applied early, so that's there. We are open to giving up to 100% merit-based scholarship if the need is there. The program starts on the 15th of September. Application deadline is 31st August. Eligibility criteria is that you need a minimum qualification of a bachelor's degree. Age is 21 to 35. Accommodation is not included. However, we are open to assisting you wherever there's a need for it. For loan and further on, I think Anamika, you can take it over now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sudhi, can you skip to the another? Okay, so how can I apply for the loan process, right? So, see, guys, we have partnered with ICICI, the Amritsar branch of theirs, and they will be, regardless of the city you are in, they will be directing you to the right person in your city, where you can. And ICICI, again, being a a private bank. Their TAT is much faster. So when you apply in 2 to 3 days, they'll come to you whether they are, giving you a education loan or not. And for a higher education, whenever you are studying, you need a guarantee, like somebody that is taking a guarantee on your behalf, because you will be studying for a while. So anybody who is earning from your family is a blood relative. It could be a sister, brother, cousin. Anybody who's a blood relative can act as a guarantor in your name. They don't have to pay anything. They just stay there like a more like a guarantee in case of a collateral free loans. So we have seen this process again, and as long as your guarantor or co-applicant has a salary of 25,000 plus, getting an education loan is not a big of an issue. Again, and depending on your profile, your interest rate can vary from 11% to 8 9% to 11%. And towards the end of this session, we'll also take you through the entire fee, how much your EMI would be, what will be the cost of living and the total cost of the program. So Stuti, all yours. Yeah. Perfect. So here we are at the last slide. So in terms of the cost of living in Gurgaon, if you see that if you are living on a sharing basis in a PG or a hotel room, your cost of living would come to around 12,500. Whereas if you're living on a single accommodation, your per month cost of living will be 21,000. So these are nice PGs. They look like hotels rooms only that are maintained. And then there's a, they give you breakfast in the morning, and there's a evening dinner that is offered. And of course, they take care of the food and everything during the weekend as well. When it comes to, I know this looks like a very complicated chart, but when you are going through the training phase, you need 3 months of saving, which is your 12,500 into 3, which is roughly 30,000. Plus, if you have an EMI, if you take a loan of, let's say, 5.2 or 5 lakhs, your EMI, monthly EMI would at an 11% rate. And if you take it, let's say, take a 5-year loan for, at 11%, your EMI would be roughly 11,000, 10,000 per month. Suppose if you choose to not pay the EMI until your training is completed. So for example, until 6 months, you can delay the EMIs and you just would have to pay the interest rate. So which will come to around 4,000, 5,000 rupees per month for 6,000 for 6 months. So that is roughly 12,500 plus again 4,000 added, and then some, for 3 months. So roughly what our estimation says is you need a saving of 40, 50,000 to get started for 3 months, because then after that, once you start earning your internship 25,000, you'll be able to manage both your EMIs as well as your living costs. So for 3 months, you need at least 40, 50,000 savings to get you started. And once you start your probation in the job, then you have enough money to take care of your living expenses as well as, the EMIs which start. So we have done that calculation, and rather even after paying your EMIs and everything, towards the end of 6 months, you will have a saving of roughly 2 lakh rupees. And again, these costs are always on the higher side. This is basis one accommodation which Cogoport will suggest to you. So this is going to be the overall cost. It's not very difficult to get an education loan as long as you have somebody who's earning in the family or a cousin, anybody who you are related with, and they can act as a guarantor. So then it's very, very, the overall cost and expenses in Gurgaon also is very manageable. I mean, had this been in, let's say, Mumbai, then, it would be hard to imagine managing your overall cost of living and everything altogether. So this is, with this, we come towards the end of the session. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm there to answer. Even Professor Harpreet from IIM Amritsar has joined us today. So please, you have any questions, please feel free to shoot them. You can unmute yourself and ask those questions. So Shiva, I think you had a question. Would you like to ask it? Yes. So I think the question, one second. So I read something about the scholarship. Can you elaborate about the possibilities and criteria? So see, we have done, we have had 10 applicants almost. And many of them did not come from very good background. So what we had to do is we reduced the fee overall by 10% for everybody as a scholarship. So yes, there is a need-based scholarship where we'll collect information from you towards the end. Once you're selected, then you have to be worried about, the scholarship that you get, how much would that be need based. If you come with a very good solid merit, then again, please do write to us that, this is why I feel that I can do a fabulous job of working at Cogoport and why we should be offering you a need-based scholarship. So, and when it comes, merit-based scholarship, with respect to need-based, we'll be collecting information from you. And then depending on, how much money you have saved, how much, and to be very honest, you need to have a saving of just 50,000 to, be able to manage everything. Because rest, there are many companies which will offer you education loan. And my sense is that you should be able to get, done with your education loan even, in less than 2 years, like 1.5 years is enough for you to pay back the education loan that you are already that you take for this. And in my opinion, again, it's a very good experience. Something like this does not exist, especially in the international logistics space. And this space has always been very closed. So you may not have heard a lot of people inviting others into this industry. It has always been a very closed, lucrative industry to work in. But now that it's changing, the need of companies are also evolving. So that's why they want more and more people to join this industry so that they can learn. Many of our employees actually, they do well. And financially, they do well. There are a lot of companies that work in this domain, to be very honest, right from very large multinational companies who are like amongst the top companies. And this sector has always been privately held. So even the largest company is a family-owned business in this industry. So and there are many players. So you never have to be worried about, whether you'll get a job. I get questions like, what if I lose my job at Cogoport? What will happen after that? Will I be able to pay the EMI? So those are very legit questions. But trust me, it's a very fragmented industry. You will always be able to find somebody to, but again, it's a very skill-based industry. So as long as you have the skill sets, you'll be able to handle no matter where you are or which company you're working with. And again, so not just the international logistics, I think we'll teach you supply chain as well as part of this course. So when you're learning about supply chain, every company in this world needs somebody to manage their supply chain, right? So it's very vast. The utility is very vast, but yes, the education that comes, it comes only with experience. And so whatever, we felt that for last 5 years, 7 years, we felt that, these are the missing skills that when we hire, let's say somebody from an MBA, we feel that, these are the missing skills. So that's what we wanted to do, that combine everything together in one course and then offer it to somebody so that in the span of 3 months somebody is prepared to handle the job, to take up the challenges that we are offering. And it's very important to understand operations in this industry, and that's why you see this as a certification program in international operations. So once you understand operations, you're sorted. Because everything is about process. It's a very process driven industry. So, and having a hedge of that is going to be very powerful thing for you. So I hope I answered the question. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. Please feel free to ask. Hindi, English, jo bhi you're comfortable with. Please feel free to ask, and we are happy to answer any questions. Yes, so I see one question again being asked. Has Cogoport initiated any such program in the past? So we do, can we work together with training program? Okay, so first question first. So Shiva, has Cogoport initiated any such program? No, this is the first time we are doing something. But yes, individually, Cogoport has been training its employees for, as long as we have existed, because nobody understands, trust me, nobody understands international logistics space. So anybody new we are getting, we are literally training them first. We have our own internal training house. And yes, IIM has been teaching for a very long time, since they started, of course. But yes, it's more like we are coming together and doing this for the first time, because I, as a company, has a certain, like, I can teach operations in international logistics best, and IIM can teach you business skills best. So that is why we have joined hands together so that we can deliver it, to the students together. Can you work together with the training program? So Shubham, can you clarify this question? I'm not sure if I understand this correctly.
I think he means that
Okay.
while doing the training, can he still have like a part-time job or something?
I mean, you can have a part-time job, of course, but you can have it after 3 or 4 p.m. So whatever job you will take up will be after that. However, it's going to be a rigorous. IIMs are known for the rigor. when it comes to business education. And it's going to be a rigorous program. So you will be in classroom from 9 to at least 3, sometimes 5 p.m. as well. So if you take up a job in the evening, you will be very, very tired. So I would suggest that if you are taking this course, see if, and of course there is always a because let's be very honest, I don't know, there are not many colleges that will be much focused on. Yes, there will be assignments towards the end of every module, which you may have, and you may also have a post reading. So um, again, I have studied, I know about IIMs, I know about IITs. What I can vouch for is the education quality. And this is what we are offering as part of this course to you, that we will make sure that whatever we are teaching is top notch, and you get a very solid education out of this, which can be again applied to the skill, like to the job as well. So any other question? I think Shubham has asked. Prince, you have any questions? Please feel free to ask. So, Acharya, good question. Our personal, some of the folks have requested 15 September as the starting date, and we would very much love to start it. But still, many folks have not yet completed their process. So, unless we complete the process, and I don't know how quickly it will happen, it can happen in 1 week, it can happen in 2 weeks also. So, we will be able to make that decision only after the end of, this week, end of this week, or by the end of next week, that when are we starting the program, because many of the folks have not completed the process and the payments as of now. So as of now, the answer is 1st of October. If we are able to, again, it also depends on, how quickly we can close everything. But yes, for now, it is 1st of October. Perfect. So do we have any further questions? If not, I would like to make a closing remark for the webinar, and that is that we have really thought through this program. We have put in and spent a lot of time and effort towards customizing, and I really thank IIM Amritsar for doing that, because they have, they have taken all that attempt to ensure that international logistics, the essence of supply chain and international logistics, is being captured in this particular program. They took a lot of, we have done a lot of sessions together. We have, co-created the curriculum specially for this field, and it is coming purely and sheerly from the experience that we have in this field. So, and a program like this does not exist anywhere, where we are actually teaching you, a skill which you require for, the job that will put you in tomorrow. So again, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer or stay longer. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining the webinar. Thank you for taking your time out and listening to us. Thank you, guys.